If you find yourself alone, like I do, you're not alone. Let's talk about it. I've shared a lot about this homesteading journey that I'm on. And part of that is being here by myself and how I really don't miss people. And that's true. I don't miss the people that used to be in my life, but I do miss feeling connected. It's easy every day to remember why I love it here. I love the sensory information, what I hear, what I see, what I feel, what I smell. I love being surrounded by nature. I love that there's no conflict here, no unnecessary arguing, no other people's problems. It's a simple life. But it is a bit of a shame that I'm not able to share it with anyone. I think as we move through life, we try to create a life for ourselves. And I definitely felt that after my divorce. I think it's very natural to want to feel like our lives are full, so we fill it up with things. Coworkers and clients become friends. We create occasions to feel like we belong, parties or concerts. In my case, it was UFC fight nights at Boston Pizza. But the reality is, those things tend to be superficial at best. Coming here for me was saying goodbye to those things intentionally. And I often said I didn't move here to make friends. But at the same time, I did say I didn't think I would end up completely alone forever, and I still don't. But after 4 years, I still haven't made really any friends out here, except for Scott. I did think that maybe if I put myself in a place where people had similar values to mine, simple country living, that I would find my tribe. And yet I'm still sitting in this liminal space waiting for those experiences to come in. And at the same time, I have been enjoying it. It has been a really unique opportunity for me to spend a lot of quiet time just by myself. I've had a bit of a buffer here because I have my teenage son with me, but this could be our last summer together. Life goes on. I really do believe in creating space by removing the clutter from our life so that we can have a quality experience. I've also talked about how uncomfortable it can be to sit in that empty space while you wait for more life to flow in. I call it the warm body phenomenon, where many people just want the comfort of warmth. And there comes a time when we are willing to sacrifice the quality of our relationships just so that we don't feel alone. I say this to my kids all the time. You don't want to meet the person of your dreams when you're dating the wrong person, just so that you have a warm body. I'd rather be alone, working on myself, and having the space for if and when that time comes. When I was a kid, I can remember asking my mother why every song on the radio was about love, when there are so many more experiences to sing about. Her answer was that someday I'd understand. But honestly, I'm 54 and I still don't understand it. There's so much social emphasis on having a lot of warm bodies around us. And it can make you feel like an outlier if you don't. Invariably, you end up asking the question, what's wrong with me? And I honestly think the answer is nothing. If you're alone because you choose to not clutter up your life just to make yourself feel like you're not alone, I think that means you have a lot of courage and self-determination and patience. A person who values quality over quantity. And the right people will see that. And if they don't, At least it's peaceful. It's easy to talk the talk. Walking the walk takes a little more resolve. And the fact is, whether it takes a week, a month, a year, in my case, 6 years now, quality's worth the wait. And if it's not people that flow into that space, something else will. The truth is, although I'm alone here by choice, it's also by necessity. And it's not for everyone. I can understand why people want warm bodies around them. But for me, it felt lonelier than being alone by myself. I've heard that said before. It's lonelier to be in a bad marriage than it is to truly be on your own. But understanding that philosophically and actually doing it are two totally different things. So today's video is not about homesteading chores. It's about living a good, authentic life. A life that you love to sense every day that you wake up. The way it sounds, the way it smells, the way it feels. And the choice to sit alone in that environment if there's no one there to share the experience with you. So if you're alone, you're not really alone. When we're kids, we have a certain sense of what life is going to be like. And lately I've been thinking about how most people probably end up living mediocre to miserable lives. Convinced by the songs on the radio or the things that we witness that there's something wrong with us if we feel like we don't fit in. And that's not the case. And I sit firmly in the belief that we have to fulfill ourselves and make ourselves happy before we're able to share that with anyone anyway. So right now I'm alone and I'll make the most of it, knowing that if a time comes that I'm not alone, I'll look back at this chapter very fondly and remember all the incredible moments that I had in the peace and quiet with just the trees and my animals, because I know if that day comes, I will have to make compromises. Some days it's easier than others, but if you find yourself alone, please know that you are a rare breed. It's a situation that a lot of people wouldn't be able to deal with, and there's a part of me that knows that this experience is very unique and valuable. And probably everybody should have the opportunity to experience being alone for at least a chapter of life. So on that note, I'm gonna go enjoy this beautiful day. The air smells fragrant and fresh. The sun and wind feel great on my skin. And the sounds of nature are a beautiful soundtrack. Until next time, happy, healthy living. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying kind. I'm Katie Kid on the Homestead, and I'll see you later.